Subscribe if you're an ad clear god. Hey, it's Friendly, and if you have trouble with mechanics or you need someone to break down the exact steps for finishing every encounter, then these guys are meant for you. And if they helped you in some small way, share these guys with your own community. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, let's get into it. This is the Deep Stone Crypt. This raid is heavy on mechanics, and everyone should be involved and not just ad clear. Ads don't kill you, mechanics do. In the spirit of getting involved, there are 3 jobs throughout this raid. In general, the operator, or red buff, will shoot specific panels and certain objects. Seriously, you won't need much, just a few bullets will do. Scanner or yellow buff can see the correct objects needed to progress the encounter. And Suppressor has a simple job that we'll discuss later. Kill vandals and pick up the buff they drop to become one of these roles. Example, operator panels. When lit as red means you can shoot it. Scanner, here you can see the correct panel, marked and lit up as yellow. Here you can see the correct boss lit up in yellow. You can even transfer and give away these buffs to your team by using these terminals. Anyone in any location at any terminal can pick up the buff that you deposit. This clip shows a buff getting deposited at another station, but I can pick it up at this station. First pre-encounter. Drop down, murder everything, hop on your Sparrow, and proceed forward. You emerge inside this orange bubble. Don't use these, use your Sparrow instead. You'll travel through this wasteland by using these bubbles as checkpoints, aka literally going from bubble to bubble to bubble. Being anywhere outside a bubble will give you frostbite. Build up too many stacks and you die. Just step back into a bubble to remove your stacks. Ads will harass you at each bubble. Be careful at the last bubble because you face 2 brigs. Follow this. So hop on your Sparrow. Avoid this slow mine. Stick to the left edge. Stick to the left edge again. Take a breather at this bubble. Go straight through this canyon. Avoid these mines and you'll land at the second bubble. Point your Sparrow generally at these lamps that are far away. Go towards this general direction. You'll see another one, but stay in the middle between them. And you'll see a tower and you'll see the next bubble. As shown, turn your Sparrow left. You'll see lights in the far distance. Don't use your boost, just slowly make your way over. Cross this chasm, and you'll find the next bubble. Turn your Sparrow around, go up a slight hill. You'll see lights again right here. There they are. Keep going forward. See the next lights? You don't really need your boost because you might miss this bubble. Point your Sparrow towards these little cliffs. You can see right here, these cliffs. Go towards this light. Hug the left edge. No need to use your boost. Slowly go forward. Don't take any turns, just keep going straight. Jump across, and this is the last bubble. Go through the door, Sparrow onwards, and enjoy the view. I'll meet you at the first encounter. Breaking past security. These roles will be present. Operator, you listen to Scanner for the correct panels to shoot. In general, you also shoot panels to open doors. Scanner, you scan and determine the correct panels and the correct fuses, and tell the operator. Load of ideas. Xeno is recommended. Your job is to break past security by shooting 3 fuses on light side and 3 fuses on dark side. You expose the fuses by shooting the correct basement panels. So someone's got to identify the correct panels and tell a buddy to go and shoot those correct panels. This exposes the fuses and DPS begins. Very important layout of the room. This is a decently large map with a light and dark side. The dark and light sides look similar, right? Take note of these towers. You find little windows at each tower where you can see into the basement and see panels. This is exactly how you identify and then communicate the correct panels. Takeaway here is there is a surface level and a corresponding basement level. Here is the entrance to the basement, and you'll see a dark and light side corresponding directly to the surface level. For both dark and light, the surface towers extend down into the basement. Note the basement panels. We need to determine which of these basement panels are the correct ones to shoot in order to expose the fuses. So which ones do we shoot? There are a bunch on both dark and light side. Look at all these. Well, one permanent basement person must communicate with surface people to shoot 2 correct dark side panels and 2 correct light side panels. Clearly, the basement person will be an operator shooting basement panels. Surface people will scan for the correct basement panels by looking through these windows. Aha, so the correct one is on the wall, not the one on the pillar. This clip shows the basement person listening for and shooting the 2 correct panels in order to expose the fuses. But the scanners and the basement person need to be on the same page when numbering these and calling them out. Whether you're a basement person or scanner, I recommend going to the basement side, marked by the star, turning around so your point of view is looking at the spawn rally side. Here are dark side towers and light side towers. From here we designate 1, 2, 3, 4. Here are the 4 light side towers and here are the 4 dark side towers. Starting from basement side, we count 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm repeating myself a lot because it's easy to get confused here, so please hang in there. Surface scanners navigate the surface as follows. Starting from the basement side, we go to tower number 1 to see basement panel number 1 for each side. Next, we make our way to tower number 2 to see basement panel number 2 for both dark and light side. Naturally, we move on to tower number 3 to see basement panel number 3 for each side. Keep in mind the dark side basement panel number 3 is way back against the wall. Then move on to the tower number 4. Here, the 4th panel for both light and dark side is always on the pillar. The 5th panel for both light and dark side is always on the wall. Basement guy, navigate the basement as follows. Entering the basement, you're actually near the center of the map, so I recommend making a U-turn for each side. So you have the same point of view starting from the basement entrance, looking back towards the spawn rally side. This means you're now looking in the same direction as the surface scanners. Surface scanners go to the towers, but you go to the panels directly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Point of view of basement person, I will take a U-turn for the light side, go to the back so I'm looking towards the rally spawn point of view. Light side panel 1, light side panel 2, light side panel 3, and then light side panel 4 and 5. We just simply went to each panel in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dark side point of view, again, make a U-turn. Be in the same point of view to look towards the spawn rally side. Here's dark side panel 1, dark side panel 2, dark side panel 3 against the wall, and dark side panels 4 and 5. You're a basement MVP. You have a lot of chores. Walk towards dark side and look up. Dark side fuse callouts. Dark left, dark middle, dark right. Next, walk towards the light side and look up. Light side fuse callouts. Light left, light middle, light right. This is important because you will also take on the scanner role, telling your team upstairs which fuse is a correct fuse to shoot. Obviously, the correct fuse is the one lit up in yellow. So call it out, and your light and dark teams upstairs must wait and listen for the correct fuse to shoot. Shooting any incorrect fuse will wipe your team. Likewise, shooting any incorrect panel will wipe your team. Step by step, assign and make these teams. Basement guys start the encounter. Pick up operator buff and light side, go straight to the basement. The encounter starts things up on the dark side first. So go to dark side, make a U-turn, turn around, so that you're looking from the basement side towards the spawn rally side. Remember, this is because we want to count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dark side scanner guy, you're up. Scanner Vandal will appear on the dark side first. Kill him and pick up the scanner buff that you require. Then make your way towards the basement entrance side and turn around so that you are also looking towards the spawn rally point of view. Now you can check towers in order. 1, 2, 3, 4. Checking tower number 1. Hey, first call out is dark 1. Going to tower number 2. I don't see this lit up. Okay, it's not dark 2. Going to tower number 3. Is this lit up? Nope, this panel is not lit up. It is not that either. Cross it off. Going to tower number 4. Let's see. The one on the wall, that is dark 5. So dark 1 and dark 5 are the correct panels to shoot. I'm done. Now I pass it off so that the light side scanner can pick it up. My teammate is already at the other terminal waiting to pick it up. My teammate Panda is scanning this tower. Light side, light side, light side. Okay, let's assume light side is light 2 and 3. Communicate these panels to the basement MVP. Basement MVP shoot those panels. Once all 4 are shot, deposit your operator buff into the terminal. Do this because you want to pass it away to someone upstairs. Anyone upstairs, pick it up, please. Then, scanner, deposit your scanner into the terminal so that the basement MVP can become the new scanner. Here, the scanner buff has been deposited. I pick it up, I become basement scanner, and tell the rest of the team which fuse is a correct fuse to shoot. So this is dark middle, this is dark left, and your team should be going to town on these fuses. Xeno works really well. If you can't destroy all fuses in time, no problem. Just send the scanner ability back to the surface so they can continue scanning for panels. And send the operator ability back to the basement so the basement MVP can continue doing his job. Act clear, kill everything, especially servitors. Killing servitors is priority because them being around prevents the terminals from being used, so you won't be able to transfer buffs. Lastly, if all fuses on your side are done, just make your way over to the other side so you can help with the team. Once you destroy all 6, you're done. Continue into the crypt for the first boss encounter. This will be much quicker. Bring as many Thunder Crashes as you can with Kira's exotic armor. If not, bring Parasite. We're going to need burst damage here. These are the roles present here. Operator, just focus on activating elevators. There's more to your role, but not for this strategy. Next, choose one very confident person to be a permanent scanner. That's it. Scanner, you're the MVP because you determine and tell us which is the correct boss to attack. As you enter, this is kind of a horseshoe-shaped room with a left, right, and middle, with the elevators in the middle. There will be a bunch of copies of the boss shooting at you. Some on the left, as shown, some in the middle, as shown, and some on the far right, as shown. Of course, left, middle, and right, depending on what your team is comfortable with in terms of orientation. You have space elevators in the middle, which take you to a similar room up in space. In space, the room is basically the same with the left, middle, and right areas, with a bunch of copies of the boss shooting at you. Look at all this. But look at this yellow glowing guy. Sounds like a job for the scanner. Anyways, you'll find terminals to exchange jobs again. 3 on Europa and 3 in space. Both space and Europa will have 3 servitors. Very important, because like last time, they prevent terminals from being used, and they serve as a trigger for commencing DPS. So on Europa, you have 3 terminals, 3 servitors, left, mid, and right servitors, and copies of the boss shooting at you. Same layout in space. This is left side, this is right side. Assign scanner. Remember how you determined the correct panels? Well here, you're going to find the correct boss out of all the copies for us to attack. Depending on where you are, it could be this one, or this one. There's way more to this encounter, but for timing reasons, we'll use a one-phase strategy. This ignores buff transfers, and everyone sticks together. Step by step. Touch that glowing ball to start. When the encounter starts, send 4 guardians to space, keep 2 downstairs. As shown, the encounter just started and elevators are immediately available. In this clip, my teammate Shredder and 3 others are going upstairs. While they're doing that, back on Europa, this Vandal will appear. One of the 2 guardians that stay behind, please kill him and pick up the buff. Meanwhile, in space, the Scanner Vandal will appear. Whoever is the confident assigned scanner, kill him and pick up the buff. Now we have Scanner in space, we have Operator on Europa. Servitors. Kill all servitors on Europa and space except for 1. Leave 1 alive as a trigger. Killing that last servitor will commence DPS, so you want to make sure everyone is together before doing so. So, you can tell everyone, hey, the last servitor is ready, everyone come to space. The last servitor could be any servitor. The whole point of this is so that everyone can get ready together. Assume we are leaving 1 servitor alive in space. So, Europa team, kill all European servitors. Operator, shoot panels to bring elevators for you and your teammate. Go to space to meet your team. With everyone together, kill last servitor in space. Scanner, get ready. You get this message, meaning DPS has begun. DPS will begin in space. One of the copies will glow yellow. Scanner, identify it. Call it out. Example, this one's right side. On me, on me. Everyone gather on that right side Atraks. Count down and burst the hell out of him. Thunder Crash, Parasite, Lament, everything. Even after bursting, keep swiping to do more damage. He'll linger for a bit. You should be in Final Stand now. The whole purpose of this is to do huge burst damage to quickly reach Final Stand without having to do anything else. During Final Stand, stick together and stay alive until DPS message. So everyone's together, Scanner's ready. Extinction Protocol activated, time for DPS. Assume it's that one that's glowing yellow. Call it out. Middle lane, front one. Team, converge on that. Countdown, 3, 2, 1. Burst him again with everything you got. There may still be some health left. Prepare for next call out. Okay, last one is middle lane, but the one on the right. Everyone, converge on that one. Count it down. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow, he's dead. Some side info. One of you may pick up this death counter, and it has to do with the soul of the boss following you around, right? And the operator is supposed to cleanse you and shoot it off your head. That actually resets your timer when you pick it back up again. So final notes that help me out is when you're a scanner, pick one side of the room to start at, any side. So that when you're scanning, you can go from one side to the other side, scanning the whole way through. In this clip, I started from the right side and moved to the left side, but on the way, I see the middle one lit up. I don't know how I stumbled on this one, but changing your colorblind settings to Protanopia really helps me out. So instead of seeing a dim yellow color, Atraks and any yellow type of color turns out to be a very vivid and deep green. It's easier for me, I don't know. Space platforming? Well, I'll let you enjoy. I'll meet you at the next encounter. If this is your first time, please don't shoot anything when you enter this room, especially that guy. This encounter is really just practice for the final boss. It can also get chaotic. It's really just ad clear. All 3 roles will be present here. The new job is Suppressor. We'll go into detail shortly. The purpose here is dunk bombs into these dunk boxes, 2 at a time, each time over and over. And these jobs enable us to do just that. This room is symmetrical, with a left and a right side. So let's split it down in half. Make teams of 2, 1 left, 1 right. You'll get your jobs from vandals that spawn around the entire room. Here's an operator vandal that spawned. Anyone can pick up any buff, just pick up all 3. Let's start with Scanner first. You determine which of these dunk boxes are the correct ones to dunk in. Again, the correct ones are in yellow. So here, the correct dunk boxes are both right side. Or it could be this one and that one. In this case, it would be left spawn side, and then right window or right space window side, boss side. Just agree on callouts. Since you're just looking at objects and you're not forced to stand in one position to do a job, you can participate and help out in bomb gathering and dunking. Example, this teammate here is a scanner, but they're involved in the dunking process. Operator, you shoot panels. There are 2 panels per side. Here are the positions for the ones on left side, here and here. These are right side panels, here and right there. Whether you're on left or right, inspect your panels and there will be 1 red panel to shoot always. You're important because shooting a red panel essentially begins the bomb gathering phase and limits the bombs to 2 bombs. You'll know when to look for panels when you hear this.
Okay, alright.
You should have heard the burr, burr sound and this message. Releasing the bombs begins a timer, so imagine if you release them so early that no one's available to go get them within that time, they'll explode and wipe the team. Just don't be too eager to shoot the panels. Wait a second or 2 before shooting it when you see that message. Here's an example of me shooting a panel too early. I didn't wait for Panda to be ready, so he has to rush over within that time to pick up the far side bomb. Here are what the panels look like. Doing your job means there's only 2 bombs to dunk. And not 3. Suppressor, you're new. Here, you solely focus on these beach balls. 3 of them to be exact. Here I'm at the left one, there's 1 on the far right, and there's another one in the center. Pick either the left or right beach ball to start off. This way, you easily make your way from one end to the other in a straight shot. Very important, do not move away from the spot you choose. You must be ready to execute your job as quick as possible. Whether left or right, do not move from that position. This means do not involve yourself with the bomb gathering process. Your job is to go to each of these balls, stand underneath it, and shoot the resulting glowing boss. he lights up because he becomes a target to suppress, right? So make your way over and do all 3 balls. Just a couple bullets will do, just as long as you tag him. As long as you're standing within this glowing white circle, the boss will glow for you to attack. You must be on the lookout for when the boss glows and when these balls glow, because that's an indicator to you that your job has begun. Do it quickly. Getting that 3rd ball done stuns him and you'll get a message. This is critical to the team because it unlocks the dunk boxes. It changes the boxes from offline to active to be able to be deposited. Perform your mechanic so that others can do theirs. Everyone but Suppressor, you're on grabbing bombs duty. Grab these bombs. You'll find the bombs on these panels. 2 on each side. Here's one on the far end, and here's one where you jump up to get it. Once you grab it, go over to one of the correct dunk boxes and dunk it. Hopefully it will not be offline. This is why the Suppressor job is so important, to activate these dunk boxes for you. One more role, or mechanic you can call it. Of those who have a job, one of you will get your job deactivated, so immediately deposit your buff at the nearest terminal for someone else to pick up. That someone else must not be locked out like I'm showing here. Example, I cannot pick up any buffs because of this message. Some gotchas. As long as you're holding a bomb, you will gain more radiation. At 10 radiation, you die. You can help teammates if they are close to 10 radiation. You can stand close to them and take the bomb away from them to save their lives. Be careful when placing bubbles in this room. It can block the Suppressor's job function as shown here. Anarchy and Witherhoard are great for Suppressors. Their damage over time means you don't have to shoot the boss. You just need to go under each Suppressor ball. Use Thunder Crash to get to a bomb that's too far away. Step by step. Here's your room, 3 terminals, operator panels, dunk boxes, suppressor balls. Vandals with buffs around the room. Kill all 3, pick up all 3. Divide evenly, team left and team right. Suppressor, pick either left or right side and stay there. Scanner, prepare to identify the correct 2 dunk boxes. Prepare for the chime.
Okay. Alright.
Scanner, scan the boxes. Correct dunk boxes are left spawn, right window. Suppressor balls activated. Suppressor, do your job. Operator, look for the 1 red panel on either left or right side to shoot. This releases 2 bombs. Suppressor should be doing their job. Mechanics gets suppressed. Everyone else getting bombs. Repeat. Listen for chime.
Okay. Alright.
Will be new dunk boxes. Everyone do their jobs. Dunk 2 bombs at a time. 6 times in total. And the middle floor will open up to you and you can escape. Make it to the end of the hallway and into the final room and you'll be safe. Final boss. Travel through the wreckage and you'll be on Europa. Here, we're going to combine the suppressor balls, the bombs, the bomb dunking all into one. Suggested loadouts, anything with firing line is great, Orbital's great, suggested subclasses. And I don't really recommend these 2, because Thunder Crash, I guess, goes through the boss, and I think Nova Bomb blocks everyone else's gunshots. This is going to be the 4 bomb dunk, 1 long DPS phase that takes us straight into Final Stand. All 3 roles will be present, but not all 3 will be needed. Again, Vandals drop the buffs. Operator, your new job is to shoot these purple balls that trap us. You will free a total of 2 teammates. Here's one, and then here's the other in the same phase. This is your only job, but it's a very critical job. Suppressor, you still are using 3 total suppressor balls to stun Tanax and activate the dunk boxes. Scanner, you're off the hook. Normally, like the last encounter, your job is to determine the correct 2 dunk boxes. But that's not required for this 4 bomb dunk strategy. So you can simply participate as a bomb gatherer dunker. We divide this area into 3 areas. This general snowy area is called spawn or snowy area. That bluish general area where teammate Axel is standing is called blue area. And finally we have orange area. Each area has 2 dunk boxes. Here are the 2 dunk boxes in spawn. Here are the 2 dunk boxes in blue. Here are the 2 dunk boxes in orange. We number these boxes from left to right. So in spawn we have dunk box number 1, and then we have dunk box number 2. Moving over to the blue, we have dunk box number 3 and dunk box number 4. Then the last area, the orange area, we have dunk box number 5, and then right opposite that, dunk box number 6. This is kind of tough to see, so here's a look at where the blue area dunk boxes are. You can just make out the shapes, and here are the orange area dunk boxes. What do you know? Each area has its own 3 suppressor balls. By now, you know what to do. Use all 3 suppressor balls to stun the boss and activate the dunk boxes. Make teams of 2. Make these specific teams. Operator, Scanner, and Suppressor are split up this way because their respective Vandals appear in those areas. Operator and Suppressor only do your jobs. Do not do bombs. Everyone else is on bomb duty. Operator Vandal spawns here, Scanner Vandal appears in blue area, and Suppressor Vandal appears in orange area. Example, I'm in orange area and Scanner Vandal is right here. Step by step, all teams of 2 fan out into your respective areas. Shown here, I'm at orange, and the team has spread out into their respective areas. Shoot center trash pile to start the encounter. Leisurely kill ads, look for your Vandal, and pick up your respective buff. Again, look for your Vandals. Eventually, Tanax will decide to go to a particular area. In this footage, he's making his way over to the spawn snowy area. So everyone converge on that area. Call it out. Everyone should be paying attention and shout out he's going to spawn snowy area. Here's the process step by step. You have your 3 areas, and I've also numbered the dunk boxes for you. On this very first movement decision of this encounter, he will either go to orange or spawn. With this strategy, he will never go to blue side. This is a side effect of this 4-bomb strategy. Assume he picks orange. His decision to go orange means the dunk boxes will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And vice versa. If he chooses to spawn snowy area, the dunk boxes will be 3, 4, 5, and 6. So just remember, the dunk boxes will be all the boxes in the areas that he is not currently occupying. Well, we still have to get our 4 bombs. Once he's decided to go to either orange or spawn, he'll go berserk, and your team must shoot his 4 engines to pop out those 4 bombs. He'll call down these purple torrents of fire that will instantly kill you, so please watch out for this. Example, he chose spawn snowy area. So, dunk boxes are 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 bombs have dropped. Suppressor and operator do not touch the bombs. You are standing by. Everyone else, pick up a bomb, including you, Mr. Scanner. This almost always is a mad rush that organically is successful. First guy usually calls out, I'm going somewhere. Next guy says, well, I'm going over here. Next guy says, well, I got this one. Last guy says, I got the last one. Operator and Suppressor, you're up. Suppressor, do your thing. Stand under the first 2 Suppressor balls. Shoot the boss, but on the 3rd one, wait under the 3rd ball and don't shoot the boss just yet. You're waiting for the operator to pop a total of 2 of these purple bubble traps. In this clip, I'm the operator. I popped the first one right here. My teammate Panda is a suppressor, and he's now doing the 2nd suppressor ball. I'm going to tell him that I'm going to pop this 2nd purple bubble right here. It is now popped. Go ahead and suppress him fully. At that moment, he has stepped into the 3rd suppressor ball and suppressed him. This is suppressor point of view. I'm waiting to hear that the 2nd purple bubble is popped. Then I complete my 3rd suppressor ball. As you know, this stuns him and it activates the boxes to be deposited. There's still radiation when you're carrying a bomb, so be careful of your stacks, but you can still save your teammates just like the last encounter. You can follow your teammates around and take the bomb from them. With all 4 bombs dunked, everyone meet up right where that captain is. Titans usually mark their spot with a bubble. Everyone chill inside the bubble. Once you see debris flying around, you can enter this ring and do DPS. Here's a DPS ring. The white lines with squiggly black lines is the debris path. You don't want to stand in there. Instead, you want to stand here so that you're not in the path of the debris. Div is great because a crypt bubble is right where his crotch is. As you damage, he'll boop you out of the debris ring. Just make your way safely back into the ring. With this strategy, he'll boop you 3 times total, and hopefully, a Titan will have left a bubble for you right where you land. I'm sure each season will have its meta DPS, but you should have no problem taking him to Final Stand. In Final Stand, he's going to teleport around to either orange, spawn, or blue areas, and all you gotta do is just follow him around and shoot him. Just be careful of the purple death from above. He's really not too chunky. I mean, here I'm using my primary, and you'll be done. If you're still here, I really hope that you learned something new or share this with your team. This is still one of my favorite raids, and a big thanks to these clan members and some new members of the clan for being in nearly every video. And thank you guys for nearly 1,000 subscribers. It's seriously crazy. It's crazy and heartwarming that this content can help someone out. There's not much time left in 2022, but hey, let's go for 1,000 subscribers. See you guys in the next one.